Did you have makeup on bbefore you took your glasses off?
Yes.
What
I
the
don't know. How
fuck?
would I have added makeup from going
That was like,
like
oh,
here
that was like a
to
crazy Velma effect just now. Like, what the hell? I did not even know that this must be a real thing. This must be the glasses phenomenon must be a real thing because literally I did not notice you wearing makeup
ugly
until
duckling, shy
like
wallflower. Nobody
I
notices me. Hello, darling.
I'm like, your eyebrows are done. And I'm like, oh, and you got foundation. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, wait a second,
Why are you
where'd that
telling
come
all my
from?
business, Tyler? Jesus.
Sorry,
You
my
don't
bad.
need to go through my
No, no,
whole
no, no.
skincare.
You came out the womb with your eyebrows like that. My fault. My fault.
I wish I didn't. They were so patchy and terrible. Thank goodness for
Okay.
microblading.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready to get into this episode, Ty? I
Yeah,
think we're already
let's
in
do
it.
it.
We're already in it.
Let's do it. We kind of just slid into it, but
Slid on into it.
we can get it started for sure.
Welcome to another episode of Two 90s Kids. We are back. We are here to bring you all the things we talk about with each other because that's really what this podcast is. It's just me and my kid having a convo. That's
recording our convo, yes.
Recording our convo that is quite entertaining to us, and we hope it's entertaining to you. And with that, please make sure that you subscribe in all the places, on the YouTubes, on the Spotify's, on the wherever you listen to your podcasts. And yeah, like and do all the things and share it. Sharing is caring. Okay.
Sharing is big time caring.
We need it. We need it in our lives. But anyways, so Tyler, hi.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm great, actually. I've had a really, really great week. I went to LA yesterday.
How was that?
It was great. I don't love the drive because it's like from Vegas to LA is like 4.5 hours ish. And by the time I get to the end, I'm like, just get me there. But I was going to a callback audition. So I was already like, getting amped up for it.
Wait, what was that for?
It was for a online learning company that I have a non-disclosure with that I cannot reveal.
NDAs, got it.
But your mama killed it. She killed it. Listen. I knew, and we're going to talk about this later in terms of like manifestation and visualization, all those things.
Yeah.
But I knew when I did it, like when I did the audition, I was like, this is mine. I knew when I got the call back, this is mine. And I actually remembered, I don't remember what actor said this. Maybe it was Matthew McConaughey. But he was talking about auditions and he said, the way I changed my perception of auditions is I stopped looking at it as a interview for a job and just started looking at it as it is the job. Like it is the job. So I did that yesterday and I went to the audition and I'm like, this is my job. My job was to show up here at 11:30 and to read from this teleprompter and to do my best fucking sparkliest job ever and have those people be like, great job, great work. So glad we're paying you. Like that was my intention going into it. Right. That was the energy I brought into it. So I was just like, I'm just here to work. You know what I mean? And like, as I was leaving, one of the director, producer, somebody said to me, he's like, you've obviously done this before. I was like, yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. And it felt really good to like, just like, know you killed it. And the casting director sent me a message as I was driving, like they loved you, more to come. I was like, yes,
that's super cool.
So it was a great day. And I drove to, I was not near Malibu at all, but I was like, you know what? Anytime I go to LA, I have to go to the beach because I'm like, I'm already here. It's another, however far, might as well. I'd never been to Malibu before. It is quite a drive. It was like an hour from where I was.
Yeah.
But it was like all the things you see on like the hills, like that show that used to be on. And like any other kind of like Kardashian centered, whatever.
Can't you see it from LA? Like if you're on the beach in LA, can't you like look down the coast and see Malibu?
Probably. Maybe from Santa Monica. But I feel like
it's just Santa Monica Pier. That's what I'm saying. Like if you're looking north down the coast, like I feel like you can see because it like curves to the left. Like if you're looking north or whatever. So like I think people said like, oh, if you look way over there, like in the distance, like there's Malibu or whatever.
Yes. And it's gorgeous and it's hella expensive. And I just like Zillowed the houses that I was sitting next to. And I'm like, good God.
Got to.
Good Lord. But it was a great day. So
yeah.
I was very happy.
That's awesome.
Had a good callback, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Very nice.
I already know what's gonna happen, but
very
how are you doing? Thank you. Thank you, Ty.
I'm doing good. Getting some stuff rolling on music right now, which is pretty exciting.
Love that. If y'all don't know, my son is talented. I mean, I'm talented, and it just spilled over onto him. So
no. Not at
you
all.
are. You're super talented, and I feel like that's something you don't talk about enough. I will see. I can do this because I'm your mom, so I can like say all the embarrassing, like blow up your ego kind of things because nobody will fault me. But if I feel like if you said it, you know, you feel some type of way about it. So
I gas myself when I feel it's necessary. There's specific moments. I think I'm very good. I've gotten very good at like private gloating. Like when I'm when I'm like working by myself and making stuff, and like I make something that I really like or I think is really good, I'm like out of my chair. I'm like, yo, I'm so fucking good. Like I get so intense. I'm like, I'm the best to ever do it. Like I'm like I get so crazy or whatever.
You're like
so
a
I have those
maniac.
Yeah, no, I do get like that. Like, but those are like momentary lapses that I think I need because most of the time I'm just kind of like, about like my stuff. But anyway, continue about bragging about. Oh, I thought you were gonna. Never mind.
No, I mean I can brag. If you want to brag, I can brag first.
No. Well, I was just gonna update on what I got going on. So like me and my friend Chris, who's now I guess a longtime friend. He's been we've been friends since freshman year of college, and it's been like 6 years, something like that. He just started DJing. He got a table a few months ago.
Nice.
So him and I were just talking about like, you know, going to venues down by me and like and performing and stuff. And I got one on lock right now, which is pretty cool.
You do?
Yeah.
Where? How can the people see you? I want to see you. What is it happening?
Oh my gosh. Hold on. I don't have a date yet. Okay. Like I don't have a date yet. But
okay.
Like there so I like a coworker of mine a few months back did a show there, and I hit him up a few days ago and I was like, yo, can I just like hit them up or whatever? Is it like an open mic situation? And they're like, yeah, like you just like gotta check in with them and see when they do it.
Okay.
And yeah, like it is basically an open mic, but it's like legit. Like you can like bring your own stuff and your own equipment and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yay, that's so exciting.
You could just bring like your boys and stuff. Like it's like that's like literally all I'm thinking about. I'm literally just bringing everybody I know. No, like not to stand next to me, like to literally put in the crowd.
Be like yeah,
yeah, exactly. That's all I want. It's all for the gram. It's all for the gram. I just need someone in the back taking pictures to show like all my friends like just exactly. But yeah,
that's amazing. Yes.
Yeah. So like Chris and I right now are like talking about like my set list, and it's really funny. It's really funny talking about it because he's like, he actually said this. It's so cool that like he can make this observation about my music because it just shows that he like listens to me or whatever. He's like, dude, you could go like one of two routes with your music. Like he's like, you could either do like the R&B like smooth jams or whatever, and he's like, and get like the biddies like dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, or you have bangers like to get like the boys jumping or like whatever.
True. You need the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
It's like the best.
So like, so him and I are just like we're gonna start planning that out and everything, and like,
if y'all want to hear a song that pulls your heartstrings.
Oh, yeah.
My beautiful son wrote a
This is turning into the longest ad.
I know.
For my
I'm
song.
sorry. I don't care. My son wrote
my gosh.
the most fucking beautiful song. I cried. Like I literally shed tears down my eyes, and also laughed at the same time. You know those feelings where you're like, oh my god, like you don't know how to feel because it's so.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, but it just made me feel so many feelings. And I just, that song, what's the name of the song?
Never Leaving.
Google's into
it's on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Tai Wu, Never Leaving. I'm telling you, you better go listen to that song. It'll get you right here. Oh, and speaking of things that got me and literally all of the United States in the feels this weekend, Queen Charlotte. Yep. Queen Charlotte.
Yep.
Let's talk about it, Tyler. Let's.
I mean, I can't talk about speak much about it, unfortunately, but I'm in the middle. So
let's talk about Bridgerton, the first one, because you've seen this first season of Bridgerton. You didn't watch the second season.
I'm in the middle of just started. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the second season,
and you have not watched Queen Charlotte yet.
I've not watched Queen Charlotte.
All three. Yeah. So
yeah,
you talk about what you feel first.
Yeah, I want to start it. I haven't really talked about it because I watched it with Amanda, so we were just kind of like, she was just watching me live react to it, and I didn't just was like, oh, and like whatever, and like and then like but yeah, so my girlfriend for a really long time was trying to get me to watch this show, and her and you were like kind of bonding over it for a while, and like just talking about how like crazy hot and sexy and whatever it is. And I'm like, oh my God, that sounds so lame and gross. I don't fucking care about that shit. I hate that shit so much. I don't watch like rom-coms and like, or not rom-coms. No, you don't. Not rom-coms, but like romantic fiction, I guess. Right. Or, you know, in any capacity. Like, but
Outlander is another thing we bonded on.
Outlander is another, another kind of in the same realm. Yes. Historical romantic fiction. Yes.
Eat it up.
Yeah. I understand. I get it now. But as I was like, you know, being introduced to the show or whatever, like automatically that was the first thing that drew me in, was the historical setting. And I'm like, okay. So right off the bat, I'm automatically aware of like the social implications, obviously. Yes. I'm not sure if most people are well aware of like, you know, how closed off people were back then as far as like you know, interacting with one another and how like formal you had to be. But like I was like, that was the main thing I had in my head, is like, oh my God, like these women are literally gonna have to like be put on like a show dog, like, you know, and like be pampered up and like and so like I was just having that in my head. So I was just like, oh, like is there gonna be a huge stressor on that? And obviously there was, but for whatever reason, like it was never like, I thought it was gonna be like critical of that aspect during the show, but like, you know, because like we live in like today or whatever,
modern times,
and like just modern times, and just like looking back at that, I was very rarely critical of like of like the standards, like when Daphne, for example, like whenever Daphne's name was in peril, I was like, girl, you guys like, you got to shut that shit down. Like you cannot, like y'all, like, okay, not to jump forward,
sully her reputation.
So like just to jump forward, like I didn't expect to have such a visceral reation to them kissing in the garden. You know what I'm saying? Like for the first time, I was just like, oh! I was like, no. And then I was like, all right, hurry up. Like literally, like Amanda's watching it with me. I'm like, hurry up. Like as they're kissing, their like lips are still locked, because I'm like, I don't want anybody to see them. And then Anthony comes around the corner, and I pause the show. I'm like, I was hysterical for like a good 5 minutes, because I was just like, I was so overwhelmed. I was just like, I knew when they go into the maze, when they go into the gardens, I was like, oh no, it's coming. So yeah, I think that was the big moment where I was like, okay, this show has me hooked. Like it's got me. It's really got me.
Because you care
like,
about what happens to these characters.
I care
like,
you so can't, much.
No, yeah. You want to protect her. Much.
And also, like, it's hard not to be like leaning towards like hot people, I guess, but like them being like super hot just helps.
Reggae.
Wait, is that the Duke's name or Duke's actor's name?
Reggae. That man is too fine for his own good. Like,
yeah, he somehow like made like being in the 1800s swaggy. Like
swaggy.
Whenever he's like walking anywhere and like he has one hand in his pocket and he's just like looking around with like one eyebrow raised, I'm like what you
debonair devil,
like what you looking for? I'm like and like yeah, and then obviously Daphne's like beautiful as fuck.
Yes,
like just so like just them being like very very hot just like made it so much. So okay, what I'm trying to get at is I don't think I've ever experienced like the stereotypical like girl feeling of like woo, like or whatever while you're watching a show or a movie. I swear to God, like like
did the romance sweep you up? Like, did you?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like this is so funny. This is so funny. Like, oh my God. This is also weird because I watched this with my girlfriend and now I'm talking to my mom about watching this show with my girlfriend.
It's a little so like, scandalous.
Yeah. So like, you know, they're like, you know, sex scenes were like crazy. Yeah. Like I was like, what the fuck? This is wow. This is insane.
You know what that is? That is 20 years of Shonda Rhimes making ABC network television. That's what that is. Okay. That is Shonda Rhimes coming into her own, and you'll see make reference to this. Her garden is in full bloom because
yes.
She is like she made Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder. 20 years of Grey's Anatomy. We had the undertone and yes, the sometimes even explicit like yes, these two people had sex kind of thing, but it wasn't Netflix. Okay, we could not do the same things that Netflix can do.
No, but it's also
I appreciate that she shows the male body probably more than the female body. Like
I was just about to say, gonna say
naked men all day, every day in Shonda Rhimes'
so you
world.
see. So that is a good point. But also in general, the sex in general, I feel like was very respected whenever it was on screen. Like, I don't know. Like, I was like, damn, like, I did not think I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. It just like, it left me lost for words. Like, I don't think I even have like the mental capacity to verbalize how I felt. Like, because a show has never like put me in that state before where I was just like, and I was watching it with my girlfriend. So I was just like,
I mean,
crazy.
That whole series, season 1 and 2, and now Queen Charlotte is so epic. It's so big. It's so, but it's also so small because the attention to detail is like, it's like tiny little pinprints. It's so tiny, and you're just like, it's so beautiful. Like the colors that they chose, the people that, let's talk about also the people that Shonda Rhimes. Okay, so Shonda Rhimes, if for nothing else, will give you a biracial storyline. Okay, she will give it to you if you are yearning for
she loves mixed babies
love storyline. Why aren't you watching everything that Shonda Rhimes has ever written? Because that's literally her bread and butter. Okay. Also, that I think being able to show, like, she took this woman's book who wrote the Bridgerton series and she expanded it into a world where now we are part of it and not like a footnote or a side character.
What do you mean?
So in Bridgerton, I don't believe, and I could be wrong.
Okay.
We're to wait for Bailey to shut. Okay. In the series that Bridgerton was adapted from, none of the characters are of color.
No, I know. Like, I figured as much.
None of them are of color. So adding that layer to society, to the characters, just expanded the whole entire world.
Yes. I have a question.
Yes.
Obviously it's a fictional world, but like, how fictional? Like, and I guess I mean like, how did Black people enter society in Bridgerton, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay, like, so you'll see that in Queen Charlotte because they touch on it.
Okay. They like had like a one-liner in the first season of Bridgerton where they like briefly like talked about it or whatever, yes. But like they didn't get into detail at all.
Yes, and I think Lady Danbury is the one who says the one-liner.
Yes,
and,
yes.
And yes, and they show that how that happened in Queen Charlotte. And it was really spearheaded by Queen Charlotte.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Queen Charlotte was a German-born woman, princess, some nobility, who had mixed ancestry and looked very mulatto-ish, looked very mixed-ish, had lots of like ethnically African features.
Right.
And in some paintings, you'll see that she looked very much that way. And then in other paintings, she's been whitewashed a little bit. Other paintings, she's a little bit darker. So it just depends on what you're seeing. But so yes, they talk about that integration and how that happened in Queen Charlotte. And it's fascinating. It really is. Like just the layers of the dynamics between men and women, the dynamics between the haves and the have-nots, the dynamics between races, and really the race issue doesn't really come into play until the predecessor with Queen Charlotte. In Bridgerton, the original, it's like they don't care because he has money and he's a duke, so whatever.
Right.
Like you got money, it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a well done show. God, it's so good.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it a lot. Oh, who's your favorite Bridgerton?
Oh, my favorite sibling. Bridgerton. Okay, sibling. Probably Daphne. Like Daphne is just like
she's a badass bitch.
She's ballsy. She feels so modern. Like she feels so modern in such an old time.
Yeah, she does.
Right. Just because of her ideas and the way she speaks and the way she just her reactions to things are very modern for where she is.
So, even though she's like super bought into the culture of showing off, like
oh wait,
you're talking Daphne. About Eloise. You're talking about Eloise. Because I was gonna say
I'm like, wait a second. That's not true. That's not what her name is. I don't know why, because you said Daphne earlier and I was like, oh yeah, Daphne. Yeah. No. Eloise. Daphne is
I was gonna let you run with it. I was gonna let you make an argument.
Daphne is Daphne makes the best of a traditional situation. Like Daphne is like a ride or die chick. She'll do what she needs to do to make things the way they should be. Eloise, on the other hand,
love Eloise.
Will box you
I love Eloise. Yeah,
she's so great. She's great.
I love her voice.
Yes,
I love her voice so much.
Her voice
she's so really funny. Good. It makes her funnier. It makes her funnier for sure.
She's definitely the funniest character. Oh, there's a little gecko lizard outside my window. Oh. Yes, Eloise is the shit. I love her.
Yeah.
Daphne's cool. And here's the other thing. The reason I do like Daphne is because she doesn't make me hate her. Like
I never once hated her.
No.
Yeah, I will say that. That's something I'll agree with you on, because like she very easily could have fell into like the pit of like damsel type deal, and like and like woe is me type deal, but like when she was in a hard situation, like back against the wall, like she was like, no, okay, these are my demands, this is what I want, this is what we're gonna do, and
she took charge, like,
within the boundaries of like their society, of course, the
constraints,
but even still, like she got what she wanted ultimately,
no, she did. And I think that's the through line, honestly, for what you'll also get in any Shonda Rhimes property is strong ass women. Like,
nice.
She's not gonna write some weak bitch. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Okay. Right. Even the people you don't like, even the people who are bitches, like you still are like, well, ladies gotta do what she gotta do.
Yeah. like
Lady Featherington.
Lady Featherington, yeah. I knew as soon as her husband like was trying to like rig the match, that he was gonna get killed. I knew as soon as that happened he was gonna get offed.
So Lady Featherington gets redemption again, because again she's a bitch, and she's a bitch after her own. But you understand, like in season 2, you're like, all right, I kind of get it. Like I don't begrudge her. Like
you start to see it a little bit at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
But I'm not deep enough into season 2 to agree.
I'm so glad you watched it. You have to.
Yeah,
you have to watch Queen Charlotte. You have to, because honestly, I saw one video on TikTok and I was like, it's out, and I like went to like immediately watch it, and then I couldn't stop seeing. So I was like, I have to finish it before I see any more spoilers. So yes,
right. I think I'm gonna finish season 2 this week, and then next weekend I'm going over to Amanda's for Memorial Day, and I'm gonna convince her to binge. I'm not gonna have to convince her.
No, you don't have to convince her. She's probably already watched it like 3 times. What are you talking about? This is your girlfriend.
I hope not.
This woman, this amazing, wonderful, splendid human being who we share a love for, Outlander, has watched the entire series 2 or 3 times. There are 7 seasons.
She's a crackhead for Outlander. I don't even know what's wrong with her.
I get it, Jamie.
I don't want to get it. I don't want to. That's not one I'm gonna get into. I can't. It's too much. I can't do another one.
I literally cry every episode. Okay, moving on.
No. Moving on.
What else are we talking about this week, Tyler?
We are also talking about Guardians. I want to talk about Guardians. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, let's do it.
So did you see it?
I did not. I have not. I probably won't.
Okay. I'm 50-50 on seeing it.
Okay.
But so I'll say my opinion on it before I see it or whatever. Like I'm actually excited to see it because like the marketing for it's been pretty good.
Okay.
I think it's like they made it like very obvious in the marketing that like Rocket dies like at the end of this movie.
Okay.
Like every have you seen this like on Twitter and stuff? It's so like every single poster, it's like putting Rocket like on the front and like just showing like not how cute he is, but just like his face and just like looking like majestically, but he's like at the front. And like there's like one poster where it's like all the legs of the Guardians or whatever.
Yes.
And they're like walking out and then Rocket's in the foreground.
Yes.
And like you can see all of him only. And he's like walking all badass. I'm like, they're gonna kill the raccoon. I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, I think, and also like Guardians has been, I think, one of the more consistent franchises within Marvel. I really liked the first one. I love the style. Like that was like the first movie in the Marvel movies I feel like that like made the tone shift to like kind of goofy comedy, like oh no, we're going through something right now, like corny stuff, and it worked for them.
Yes,
and it worked for them.
It did
in a Guardians of the Galaxy vacuum, in a space time continuum vacuum or whatever. But like then I feel like that comedy just bled over into a bunch of other projects, and I'm just like, okay, it's like I don't want to see freaking Tony Stark say like corny lines or whatever. I don't know.
It needs to feel more intense and more
serious. I don't know, dark, whatever. Just more mature tone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been like I've liked both Guardians movies. I'm excited to see it whenever I do see it. But again, and this is what I'm going to say with every Marvel movie at this point, it's a Marvel movie, so I'm in no rush to see it, and there's nothing pulling me in anymore. So I'm just like, that's just kind of where I'm at. I like if Guardians was like maybe like its own thing, maybe I'd be more inclined or whatever.
Right.
But the fact that there's like this weight of like, oh my God, like there's gonna be stuff in this that's gonna relate to other things,
right?
And like, and I'm like, that's just, oh my God, I don't want to do that type of like mental gymnastics or whatever, like while watching a movie anymore. Like, I'm just want to appreciate
it,
yeah. So like that's the only thing. It's the Marvel aspect of Guardians, but like everything else, like I'd like to see it. I think it'd be good.
But have you seen the Groot shorts on Disney Plus?
No, the Christmas ones. The Christmas ones?
No. There's a whole series. I think it's 6 episodes, and they're like 5 minutes long. They're 5-minute shorts of Groot, just of Groot, like from little plant Groot, like from when he like Baby it is Groot. So flippin' cute. Like it's so stupidly cute. Like it makes you laugh, and they're quick. They're like I said, they're 5 minutes long. I think there's 6 of them. I would watch a whole movie with him. So I would see it just because I want to see like teenage Groot. You know what I mean? Because now he's like he had like the 3 So in the second one, he was little, and the first one he was big, and now in this one he's like the medium in between size. He's like kind of teenagery and like has like muscles.
In the third Guardians is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah. No, wait. In the first one he was big, wasn't he?
Yeah, the first one he was big.
Yeah,
the second one he was little.
He was a baby. Yeah, and third one he's
now
teenager.
he's like a teenager.
Yeah.
So that's cute.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I think this is Gamora's last hurrah. As I think this is
Zoe Saldana's last
hurrah as Gamora.
Makes sense.
So that'll be cool. But I'm not a big Chris Pratt fan. So like I like the movies. I do. I like the tone of them. I like the humor. I like the music. The music is always fire.
Yeah. That's true.
Chris Pratt, he's my least favorite of the Chris's, so there's that.
Chris Pine,
better actually. Out of all 4 Chris's, we got of course Mr. Christopher Jamal Evans, we know him. Then we have Chris Hemsworth, I would say would come in second. Chris Pine would be in third for me, and then Chris.
Wait, who's your second? What Chris was second for you?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Thor.
Thor.
That would be the order of Chris importance. So Pratt, you're at the bottom, son.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh my gosh, I saw the craziest clip for Guardians of the Galaxy. This is behind the scenes clip.
Yeah.
And it was of Chris Pratt, and I don't know the actress who plays Nova, the girl with the blue blue robot girl. But I guess there's a scene where is that her name? Nova? I don't remember. But that girl has to carry a Star-Lord out of somewhere, or she's running with her in his arms. They made a full like body double of Chris Pratt that she could carry that weighs 30 pounds. And it looked way too real. Like it was so weird. Like the guy who I guess worked on it, or I don't know, one of the producers on set was like giving it to her for her to test out, and he's literally holding this mannequin by the legs, so he's positioned in a way so he can be carried, right? He's like his arms are out and his legs are up, but he's literally holding the legs like this, and the guy's just like out in the air like this,
floating.
And I'm like thinking, oh, he should just like spin him around. So it looks like he's just like flinging a full grown ass man around.
It looks like Chris Pratt.
Yeah, it looks like
I would like to throw Chris Pratt against the wall. Not the real Chris Pratt. Of course not. Oh, that's funny. I like it. Okay, so Guardians of the Galaxy, you will see. I probably will not.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I'll see it
when it comes on Disney Plus. I'll watch it.
It might come out. Yeah, I might see. I'll definitely see when it comes out on Disney Plus. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters. We'll see. I might.
All right. Just a side note. Is there one episode of Mando and you finished it? Is that what it is? There's one, because we have one episode left. I have not finished the last episode.
You haven't finished Mando?
Listen. Don't you come to me with your judgy.
There's no I'm a mom. There's no I'm busy. There's no I'm working.
Also,
it's been I don't even know how long. Weeks. It's been weeks. You know how many days are in weeks? A lot. You know how many hours are in days in those weeks? A lot. You only needed one.
Dude, I needed the whole season. Like I had to watch the whole season. It's hours of time.
Okay. Well,
okay. Also, wrangling these humans in this house who all want to watch it together. I just
said you can't use that as an excuse. That's being
what I'm saying to you is I've actually watched one episode or 2 episodes of Mando twice because I had to watch it with your brother and then Nanny and your sister, and then I had to watch it again with Bryson. So like cut me some slack.
So they're the worst, is what you're saying.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. That is what I'm saying. It's not me.
We can agree. We can agree upon that. That's fine.
They are the worst. Fine. No, I have one episode left.
Shoot. Okay. It was so okay.
Next time.
I can't talk about it at all.
No, moving on.
Okay.
So listen, you know, on this podcast, we pull tarot every episode.
Yeah.
That is a part of. Oh, wait, before we get into that, since tarot is what led me to having any sort of presence on social media more than a blip. Let's talk about another person who just got a blip. on social media.
Oh my God. I was joking before. I didn't actually want to talk about it. Oh my God. Guys, listen to me. This is not a video that I wanted to go viral. This is not a video that I wanted to go viral. It is a video. Buddy. It is a video about something that I'm all my life been so self-conscious about and has made me question my identity so many times. And I had fucking 40,000 people watch this fucking video, and most of the people who commented were dark-skinned black people telling me that I was yellow and high yellow and all these other things. I don't care. I could take a joke. I wasn't mad. I'm just like, holy shit. I just like put on the spotlight.
Wait, hold on. I need to do something real quick because
I didn't want this to be like a segment.
I know, but it kind of has to be, because I feel like the people need to know what we're talking about here.
Do you want me to read it, or do you want to read it?
So you tell the backstory, and I'm gonna pull up the comments.
Okay. So right now, well, not right now. You can pull up the filter right now on TikTok, but a few weeks ago there was this filter that was going pretty viral on TikTok, where mostly women were using it for like it was like a makeup filter to like see. Yeah, like that's what it's originally for. It's like to see like what foundations and like what certain things that you would use, and the numbers match up to like other things or a product or something. I have no idea.
Okay, got it.
But I then saw like some girl I follow who's like dark skinned, and I was like, and she was doing it, and I was like, oh, like let me do this. Like this will be fun. Like I want to see like what color I am. So basically the way the filter works is you start recording yourself, and it's just your face like on a green screen, and it's just like the color that your skin is supposed to match on the background, right?
Yes.
And on the side, and on the side are corresponding like categories from like lightest to darkest, so like very, very pale white skin to like very dark skin, and they have numbers within those specific categories.
Right. So if you're choosing it's basically like a shade finder. So if you're a girl and you're trying to find your foundation color,
exactly,
it's basically a shade finder. They put the colors next to you, and you're like, oh, I'm 453.
I don't put makeup on, so I couldn't really I couldn't really explain
so
that.
Tyler decided that he wanted to see, because he felt some type of way when on a previous podcast I said he was light and bright and beautiful. Okay, light, bright, and beautiful. I should have added. So he decided to do this filter and use this filter and get some feedback from the peanut gallery.
Well, I didn't expect, first of all, much feedback.
This video has like whatever. We're not even gonna get to it. Okay, so here are some of my favorite comments.
Has what?
Well, it has like 4,000 likes. Okay.
Oh.
And these are some of my favorite comments. That wasn't the first time. It was just the first time you heard.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, probably right, damn. Yeah, you're probably right.
Somebody said white Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. That's your camera. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing. I'm your mother. I've
heard that many times. I've heard that many times. That's not the first time I've heard white Snoop Dogg.
Okay, so white Snoop.
But that was a white person that said that. I was like, you need to chill. You can't say that shit.
Yeah, Brennan.
The fuck out of here, Brennan. But also, my name's Tyler, so I can't really say
that. Okay. We also got, as a fellow light skin, be for real. Somebody said, let's see. Was it a hate crime or was it black on black crime when she called you light bright?
And I'm like, my mom's black, guys. My mom is black. My mom is not the white one.
Black crime.
My mom is not the white one.
It wasn't a hate crime. It was not a hate crime.
It was black on black.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
What are some other ones? You should have looked in the 300s, fam.
I like that one because it was honest and it was funny. Because he's right. I probably should have looked in the 300s. I probably should have.
Oh my God. Yeah, they were just
ruthless.
They were pretty much roasting
so funny,
you
though.
the entire time. And it says super light was screaming your name and you ignored it.
You ignored it.
Oh my god.
I don't even think I've seen that one. That's funny.
Yeah. Bro, I think you need to try again. Yeah. So yeah, they're just
follow me on TikTok if you haven't.
Yeah. Follow this light bright.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait, it was so funny. I'm not gonna say who because I don't want to embarrass them. But
okay.
one of my white friends, which is like all of them, but one of my white friends, was like, hey, like you don't feel some type of way about like people calling you light bright? And I'm like, well, if it's a black person, no. And they're like, so I can't call you light bright? And I'm like, no,
not when you're white, dude.
No. No,
obviously,
no, you cannot. That's crazy.
What's wrong with you? Anyways, yeah. So, how does it feel to be TikTok famous now, Tyler? How does it feel to have the internet roasting you? And
So before I got on the Zoom with you, I was on the phone with Kim K because like I am the next black man to fall victim.
Oh, we're not going. No, hell no. Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
I already signed. It's too late. Yeah, right. But it's been.
Cut me my check, please. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm doing this.
Okay.
I said I'm doing this for my mama. Sign. Okay. And then they immediately sucked my soul out of my body.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. No. It's. I mean, like 5 days, like the TikTok was running up. I was just like, oh my god, like. Because like I just kept expecting it to stop. Like right. it got to like 9,000 views, and I was like, oh my god,
right?
And I was like, what the heck? I'm like, that's really cool. Like, I mean, like, and I wasn't getting that many comments. It was just like, right. I had some of the like the roasts or whatever, but it was only like 4 at the time, you know. Right. And I was like, okay, like it's whatever. And then like it doubled the next day, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And those comments doubled, and I'm like, okay, guys, it's funny, guys. It's getting really funny. And then the next day, it's at like 30K, and I'm like, okay, cool, this is really sick. And then and now we're at like over 40 with that one, and I was just like,
you're welcome. That's all I have to say. You're welcome.
Whatever.
That's if it weren't for me. I mean, you wouldn't be here, obviously, but also,
I guess I thank
you wouldn't have the internet roasting you. Okay, so oftentimes, our fame comes in ways we don't expect.
Let's get on the topic of manifestation, though, because that's what we were gonna talk about.
Yes, that is what we were gonna talk about. Sorry, I got sidetracked. It was just
my skin color.
Okay.
I'm not mad.
No, you're fine. It's fine. Fine. So I saw this video on TikTok a few days ago, and listen, my whole feed is full of tarot readers and manifestation and abundance and lucky girl syndrome and all of the goodness, all of the witchy vibes. I love it. But this video in particular, like, really got me, like, hit me. You know, when you hear something and you're just like, oh, like it just resonates so much. Yeah, it just clicks and you're like, I get it. I get it now. Okay. So there's lots of talk about manifestation and making the, people use it very broadly. But for me, manifestation has to do with being in alignment with the energy that you want to be in alignment with, right? So the law of attraction says that like energy attracts like energy. So if you're putting out negative vibes and negative thoughts, the universe is going to reflect that to you. If you wake up and say, oh, I stubbed my toe, oh, I'm gonna have such a bad day, universe is like, okay, got you, here you go, here's all the shitty things that you just asked for.
You've always told me that.
Yes,
you've always told me
and I believe that, and I always have believed that. But the harder part for me was really maintaining focus on the things that I really wanted, even if those things seemed like really far-fetched or outlandish or impossible in some regards. And seeing the end. So the law of assumption, similarly to the law of attraction, is about your energy too, but it's about your energy, about the feeling that comes when you get the thing. So I used this example earlier. So when we were buying our first house together, my husband and I, and we were renting for a long time, and we were using this realtor, and she would call me. Whenever she would call me, she'd be like, "Hi, Nacia," in the same tone, in the same voice, "Hi, Nacia." And I would expect it, right? I assumed every time that Beth called me, she would say, "Hi, Nacia," in a very positive, cheerful voice, and excited to see me or talk to me. So I would start imagining her saying, "Hi, Nacia," with that same tone, and then telling me, "We got the house." So "Hi, Nacia," followed by, "You guys got the house. You guys got the house," because we have been looking for a long time.
Right.
And I held on to that feeling. I held on to that thought. I held on to that sound in my brain, in my head, of hearing it over and over and over again, of her saying it, because I assumed that was what she was going to say. The next time she called me, Beth is going to be like, "You got that house."
Right.
And truly, Tyler, I was sitting at work one day in my cubicle, my phone rang. I knew it was Beth. I pick up the phone. She goes, "Hi, Nacia. Guess what? You got the house." And I'm like, this is exactly what I fucking imagined. This is what I assumed was going to happen. And here it is. I've met it because I kept talking about it. I kept thinking about it. I kept on it. And I knew that it was coming my way. And I held on to that feeling. Like, that's what it is. It's like manifestation is it's not about like talking yourself into something that you don't believe, right? It's not about like being like, I'm gonna drive a Jaguar. Now, I really have no inclination to drive a Jaguar. So me saying I'm gonna drive a Jaguar and not really like, I don't believe it. I don't assume that somebody's gonna drop me off a Jaguar, or I'm gonna roll up in my house to my house in a Jaguar. Like, those are not things. But there are things that I do make assumptions about. One of them being this job that I went for yesterday, this audition that I went for. The moment I knew what it was and the moment I finished the audition, the first one, I was like, "Oh, that's mine. I already see it." And I said to myself over and over again, "You are going to be the next host of fill in the blank." We have an NDA, so we can't talk about it.
Right.
But I imagined like the end result and all of the feelings that come up when that happens. Like, I'm like, okay, so when I get to say, "I'm the new host of," do you see my smile? Like, I can't even smile and say it, because that's how it makes me feel. So it's really holding on to that assumption that thing is already out there for you. You just got to meet it.
Right.
Like, it's already there. It's as soon as you think about it, it's created. As soon as you think about it, it's there in some form, in some timeline, in some space. And it's like, now it's your job to keep hold of it and know it's coming. And like, assume that call is coming, assume that break is coming, assume that whatever the goodness that you're expecting in your life is coming. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes
a lot. But
how
do you feel about manifestation and all of that stuff? Because we haven't really talked about like spirituality a lot on this podcast.
No, yeah. It's weird. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I think for me, manifestation has always been like an extension of like extreme willpower to me. Like, and so like when I see other people, when I have seen other people manifest things that they've wanted, I just equate that to like, oh, they just like willed the universe into. So like, I'm not sure if that's like a negative way, because for me, like, in my head, I've never manifested anything really. Like, in it, like, truly, things to me have always just come to me. And
but hold on. Isn't that a form of manifestation? If
no,
you're the type of person, but listen to me for a second. If you're the type of person that says things just come to me, I don't do anything, things just come to me, that's your manifestation. That's your
I guess it's like a manifestation paradox we're in right now. But like, no, I guess you're right. I guess that is manifestation. But like, I guess what I'm trying to say is I've never specifically
haven't learned to wield it.
No. Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm only just getting my footing in that department. And that's like just me. I feel like just becoming an adult and like setting like goals that I want for myself, and then like figuring out ways like I'm gonna manifest that or whatever. But yeah, like, I'd say for the most part though, like, things just come to me. Like, the best things in my life aren't things. I have never been things that I've like thinking about for like years on end. That's just me. I don't know what it is. Like, for example, like my girlfriend, like that was a smack in the face. Like, as far as like, as in a good way, because was just coming out of high school, going into college. It was within my first 2 weeks of college.
Like first weekend.
And by the way, I met her freshman year. We've been together for 6 years. So like, like this isn't like, oh, we met like 6 months ago and she's like the love of my life. Like,
no,
it's
been a minute.
It's been a while. So like, I was just coming out of high school. I just broken up with my girlfriend, my high school girlfriend. I was not looking for a relationship at all.
Right.
And then she just appears. And
can I ask you something? Did you, from your, and this is no shade on your last relationship because I love that girl as well. But because when that ended, was there some part of you that thought, okay, well, this is what I don't want next time around?
Well, yeah. And that's, I think, so, okay, I feel like that's like, I'm getting into like technical terms that I'm just like making up on the fly. I feel like it's like passive manifestation, because like, I knew when I broke up with her, I didn't want certain things in my next one, but I also knew I wasn't going for anybody. Like, I wasn't gonna like try and like date anybody. I was just like gonna do my thing. They would have to
come to you and be dropped in your lap.
But like, I wasn't even thinking about that. I wasn't even open to a relationship. I wasn't trying to date. Like, I was not trying to get a girlfriend at all. And I was like, you're like the best human being I've ever fucking met. Like, I can't.
Gross. Not. Shut up.
God. Sorry.
Disgusting.
No, for real. Like, so like, but like, there's been a bunch of stuff like that too, just in my life, where it's just like good things have just come to me. I feel like any opportunities that I've had, and that's where I've kind of like grown. I've kind of grown a feeling of like disdain for that though, like things just coming to me. Sometimes it's good, sometimes, and I've gotten by in life off of things just coming to me, like school, literally like academia, just like being easy for me was great until I wasn't good at school anymore, or that good at school anymore, and then I actually had to study, and then when I actually had to put in work, I was like, oh wait, I'm not that good at school, or like I'm like, okay, but like, but you
were good at school, Tyler.
I was good at school. I think I just like stopped caring at a certain point, or stopped caring as much, rather.
Sure.
But yeah, like, I think I definitely equated things coming easily to me as me thinking I just deserved it, and sometimes it is you deserve it, because I think I did deserve my girlfriend. I think I did deserve certain things that came to me in life just by like, at least in my head, just like kind of passively, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever.
Right.
But I think I want to be more active in my manifestation and be more direct in creation. Yes. So like, it started as easy as in my music, like, I think within the last 2 years, I've gotten really good at recreating what I hear in my head, know? Whereas like, I could always hear what I wanted in my head, but I couldn't always execute.
Right.
But now, and yes, that's a skill thing, but also I think it's a lot of like little things to nitpick at and to make it sound exactly how I want it to sound. But I think that was definitely where I've started at, as far as, just thinking in my head, like, okay, like, I want it to sound this way. I'm like, I want it to be this way, or the song sounds like this,
or
whatever, And so I guess I'm, just trying to expand that mentality into other regions too. Kind of like what you were saying before, like.
Yeah, I think you're figuring out how to be more intentional with the things that you create.
Yeah. Like I said, direct, whatever.
Right. So think of it like this. Let's think about like New York City, like just like the island of New York City. There's no bridges. There's no ways to get anywhere else. You're stuck on the island of New York City.
Yep.
We're all stuck on this island. We're all walking around. I want to go to the Empire State Building. I can see the Empire State Building. Yeah, so I can either like follow other people and be like, oh, we're going to this party over here in the West Village. Okay, I'll go with you to that party. I could still see the Empire State Building, but it's like over there now. oh, we're gonna go to dinner over here in Harlem. Okay, I can still see it. It's back there now, but like it's still there. So you can get to it in a roundabout way eventually.
Meander.
Right, exactly. Meandering to it.
Yeah.
Or you can keep your eyes fixed on it and you can just move through traffic and be like, I need to get there. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get there. It might be through this street. It might be through this street. It might be this way. It might be through taxi. It might be on a skateboard, whatever. But like, I'm focused on there. And that's where my energy is. And and I'm not going to let other people take me there, or maybe not take me there, or just distract me from getting there. So I think that's the thing. Like, as you get older, you become more intentional, just because you don't have enough time anyways. You don't have enough time and enough mental or energetic capacity to like give to everything. So you have to be intentional with what you do.
Yeah.
And knowing, like we've talked about this before, we both growing up felt like there was this inner knowing that we were supposed to do something big and something meaningful and something impactful and something that was going to like touch a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a feeling that I have had since a child, and I know you have as well.
Yeah.
It's that about everything that you choose. It's that knowing that like, I know this is going to happen. Like, I don't have to like stress about it. I don't have to like worry about it, because I know it's going to happen. Like, I have already seen it. Like, I've already felt it. I've already experienced it. Like,
yeah. And that's actually that's funny that you bring that up, because I will say I have like momentary lapses of like, oh my God, like, am I good? Or like, am I doing what I need to do? Or blah, 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 blah. But like, ultimately, as far as like, I'm not sure if it's ever been like an ego thing, or like you said, it's just been like something like as corny as like, it's been within me all along, like type whatever.
It is,
like,
though. Yeah.
But yeah, I've never ultimately overall been worried about like, getting my music stuff done, or like ending up where I want to end up, because I feel like it's just like, it's me, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's
and
inevitable.
Like, and it's not like, but like, and then I've also had to grapple with that idea, because it's just like, okay, is that me being lazy, or like just like expecting stuff? But no, because the mature way of looking at it is, oh, I'm doing the things that are going to lead me there, so it is just gonna happen.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, I have realized that, but it's just like putting it into practice more is just.
I heard this really good thing about that law of assumption, like adding a little extra sprinkle to it, is imagining, okay, let's take a field trip, guys. We're going into our mind's eye. Imagine the person that you want to be in a year, or in the best position that you could possibly be as a human being. Like, you feel like you're at your peak in everything: your health, your wealth, your love, your career, your everything. Just everything is exactly where you want it to be. That person is different than the person you are right now.
Yeah.
That person is not the same person as you are right now. The life you're living right now is different. But I know, because I'm an actor and you're my child, you can pretend. And the idea is to pretend that you're that person. How would that person respond? The person that you're trying to be, the person that has all the things that you want, how would they respond to, should I clean my bathroom? How would they drive their car? How would they make purchases? My gosh. How would they approach their responsibilities?
I was just talking to Amanda about this. I was just, because I was talking about my ideal self. I was talking about like all the things, all like bad habits, or just stuff that like I wish I did more or whatever. And like, just like I just sound like every other person on the planet, like every other adult on the planet,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like, it was just like really like, it's just like such a nagging feeling of just like, having, I feel like I specifically put that person in my head to such a high standard, there are some things that I obviously do need to do better. That's not like me defaulting to like, oh, I don't need to be that at all. I'm good where I'm at. That's not what I'm saying. But there are definitely things that
so
like
bring that person down to a more approachable level. Like do like
it's hard.
Tyler 3.0, not Tyler 4.0. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or
no,
Tyler 3.0, not Tyler 10.0. Like
I know, like, yeah, it's just go easier on yourself. But but going back to talking about that feeling that you have where you're just like, oh, I know, like I'm gonna do that thing. Like I know I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get that bag. Like when that's always in you as well, it's just like having the extreme polar opposites fighting all the time. Like that's what it feels like. It's just like one side is like, and it's not ego. It's just like we've been saying, just like, I know I have the ability to do that. And on the other end though, it's like, okay, but you have all this shit weighing you down. So like, you know?
Right. And it truly, unfortunately, simply comes down to a choice. Our choice, our free will, right? Choosing to live like that person. Like if I don't want to go to the gym, which I don't often, I didn't today. If I don't want to go to the gym, but yet I say I want Angela Bassett's arms in What's Love Got to Do with It?
Yeah.
What would Angela Bassett do? Would she be like, I don't want to go to the gym? No, she fucking get to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to have a life that you've never had, you got to do stuff you've never done. That's what it is. So it's like holding on to that vision of that person that you aren't yet.
Yeah.
And maintaining like clear eye contact with them, being like, I see you, I'm coming towards you. I don't know when, but I'm coming. I'm on my way. And just having that faith, because if you know,
wait, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
You never stress yourself out?
Oh my God, all the time.
Okay. Like you stress yourself out, I'm saying, not like.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Do I not show that I stress myself out?
You don't show that you stress yourself out. No.
Oh, I show that other people stress me out.
Other things, other people. Yeah. Yes. Okay. You show external factors stressing you out. At least I've always noticed that.
Yeah.
I'd say I don't think I've ever really been able to tell when you've been like in your own head about something. Actually, only if it's been directly correlated with me. Okay. Like if it had something to do with me. Otherwise, I have no idea. I'm like completely oblivious. Okay. But like if there have been times where like we've talked about stuff and you've like felt upset about something, not like something I've done, just been upset about what we're talking about, and like I could see that, like I could see that like in you when we're talking about it, but like otherwise, nah.
Wait, do you see me as like someone who doesn't show like being stressed or anxiety, or like I'm just trying to, because I'm interested in seeing how like you see me.
No, because I feel like you usually, like when we talk, you usually tell me like if you're dealing with a stressful situation or whatever it may be. I mean, like obviously I think there's certain things in the past you might not have gone over because I'm your child, or I was a child, you know. Mm-hmm. But I'd say for the most part you do. I don't know. It's kind of hard now too, because like we don't like live with each other anymore either. So it's like it's hard to like really gauge. But historically, like I'm also like I'm like you. I'm a fucking empath. Like I can like read people for the most part. But like I guess you, since you're the blueprint, you're kind of hard for me. But but you've always been vocal with how you felt. So I guess I never had to learn how to read you. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah, I'm
like
not...
I can read somebody very well.
It will not be named.
Who will not be named. But
doesn't express their emotions outwardly as well.
But to his betterment, he has gotten better. At that too. So like I wouldn't say I would complain about that as much now.
Okay.
But yeah,
I definitely get, here's the thing. I definitely obviously get stressed about things. I definitely like stress myself about things and put pressure on myself about things.
Right.
But I think over the last couple of years, I have learned to be better at tempering my emotions and tempering like my reactions to things, because you know, as we've talked about before, like the only constant there is change. Like that is the only thing you can rely on, is that things will be different tomorrow and the next day and the next day. So getting yourself upset or worked up about things that are just the way they are, they're constantly going to change.
Yeah.
I try not to. Yes, I do. I think I do get outwardly stressed more by other people than I do get stressed by myself. When you
you would say you do it more. I was just making the argument that I only see you get stressed.
But I think that's true. I don't
think it is true though.
Yeah, okay. And that's why, and maybe it's because I'm an empath too, and I'm someone who's very sensitive to other people's energies. Like it can fucking throw me off real quick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it can just, like, I'm cool. I'm sitting here chilling and you come in with all your vibes.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I mean, that's why I had to cut off my one friend, you know? Like I literally like threw myself into this person's life, was there for them basically on call 24/7. And yeah, just don't do that. Don't do that.
But that's
just
what
to
it is.
Keep
it's
it
like,
short. Yeah.
You have to, it's I let other people's energy impact me, and I'm trying to be better at that. I'm trying not to let, as Abraham Hicks, if you ever want to hear like really good stuff about manifestation and the law of attraction and the law of assumption, Abraham Hicks on YouTube. Gotcha. But I'm really trying to, as Abraham Hicks says, keep myself in the flow of the vortex, meaning like this is my vortex bubble. This is my flow.
You're
like
in the chaos, but you're going with the chaos.
Yeah, I'm like in my groove. Okay, I'm not gonna step outside of my vortex and step into another vortex to be
just because it's also a vortex,
right? Like I'm not stepping.
It's a different vortex.
Yeah, I don't want your vortex. I don't want your messy vortex. Okay. I want my love and light vortex.
Get that vortex out of here. Get that damn vortex out of here. It's like a dog in your living room, like pooped on the floor or something.
That's what I like to say to people when they bring like bad vibes.
Yeah, the bad juju.
Energy. Yeah. Like, yo, get the vortex out of here.
I was sitting here vibing.
Yes.
In my own little whirlpool, and you coming over here with your hurricane.
Yes, exactly. So I think that's what it is. Like I really do try to stay in like my little like Zen bubble, and then
I do too.
Things take me out of it, and then I have to return to it and be like, okay.
Yeah, I definitely notice I've been like that in my relationship with Amanda. Like just being like, if something's wrong, I'm like the immediate like, we're fixing it right now. like almost too aggressively.
Not
like
on my watch.
Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that dude. That's me. Not on my watch.
I think it's a lot of guys. I think that's what leads sometimes to a lot of like dynamics with men and women, that sometimes women just want to vent and they just want to like explain how they feel and have someone hear them and be heard. And they don't need you to be Bob the Builder. Okay. They don't need you to come in and fix it. Like they just need you to listen, hear what they're saying, agree with them.
Yeah.
Tell them you would fight anybody who doesn't, and just keep it moving.
Yes. I've definitely learned that. But no, I'm definitely the fixer. I'm definitely the go-to.
You're Bob the Builder.
I am Bob the Builder.
Can we fix it?
Classic show.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. And Barack Obama slogan. So 2 for 1. They should have been running mates, honestly. They would have done well. We're building America. We're building America with my friend Robert. Robert what was it? The contractor?
Roberto? I feel like, but that was Handy Manny. That was Handy Manny. That was
Andy Manny. Andy Manny.
I thought Bob the Builder was Hispanic.
They're equivalent. He's the Hispanic like equivalent.
Yeah. Spanish Bob the Builder.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I loved Handy Manny too. Yeah.
Handy Manny was great. All right. I don't think I have anything else to.
I think we're good. I think
we're
all set.
Listen, remember, people, go follow Tai Wu, Ty_Woo, or just Tai Wu on TikTok. Tai Wu _.
I don't even know my own.
I think it's Tai Wu _. I'm Black Emperor Queen, and I do this on TikTok. That's what I'm known for. at 50K. Hey.
Taiwu 99.
Oh, Taiwu 99. There you go.
We're almost at 200.
Hey,
just 200.
Let's go. And yeah, follow us on all the socials. We're on Instagram and the TikTokies and the YouTubies, and then all of the places where podcasts live. All the things. Okay, so you can't pick a card for me this week because you're not here with me.
No, I can't. You didn't do our segue.
Oh,
I was ready this time, and you didn't remember.
Okay, so Ty, is it Ty? Sorry.
This is never gonna go.
Let's do this again. Take two. It's tarot time, Ty.
Let's do it. I'm not going that long. I just want to go loud.
That was a short one. I think you like shorted out the microphone.
I'm gonna clip it on purpose in the just like static.
Oh, this little. Hold on, guys. I got to show you this guy. Can you guys see him out the window? Do you see him? Look at him.
Look at him. He's crawling.
Look at him go. Hello, little lizard friend. Cute. Hello. Okay. Sorry, I just had to share that with you guys.
No, it was amazing. I needed that.
Okie dokie. So, talked about a lot this week. Went through a lot.
Yeah.
You have your homework for this weekend, which is Bridgerton, nonstop.
Yeah, I gotta binge.
I have mine. Finished Mandalorian. Got it.
Yeah, you have one episode. You better. Shush. If by the time we talk next, and I have finished all of Bridgerton, and you still have not watched Mandalorian, we're fighting.
Judgment.
And guess what? Need I say more? Need I say more? It's a done deal, folks. We got her.
You reap what you sow. And I'm gonna be reaping ass whooping if Tyler finds out that I haven't finished this damn show.
Oh my god.
No, but Judgment is all about, it is about reaping what you sow, and it is about the expectation. It goes back to that expectation. Like, do you expect fanfare? Do you expect all the doors to be open for you? Do you expect things to go easily? Do you expect yourself to be lucky? Do you expect things to fall into your lap? It comes the same as if you expect the worst, a flat tire, the worst outcome ever. Like, same Z's. So expect the best. Okay. Expect
the best.
God damn it. This damn.
And we're out of here. Thank you very much. Guys,
we're gonna end
it's been a fantastic episode.
It's been great, guys.
My mom is currently dying. It's fine. Thank you. We'll see you all again next time. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on all the platforms, as my mother said before. Pray that she keeps her mental sanity. And thanks. We'll see you next time. That was insane. There's fucking Armageddon in that office. Oh my god. Maybe you're just so personable that you just automatically know every single person you come into contact with too. Like you can like touch them and you go like and then you're like, you were born in May 1997. Like,